What is happening, YouTube and all you Dolphins fans? It's the Miami Football Fanatic here again, and in today's video, we're going to be doing my first mock draft of the mock draft season. Going to be changing it up. Instead of using the FanSpeak mock draft simulator, we're going to be using the Draft Networks simulator. I really feel like these guys are absolutely great with their simulator. As you can see, you got much more detail than FanSpeak. I mean, you can't see their stats or their highlights, but that's pretty easy to look up these days. So, I'm not really bothered with that. But I really feel like the Draft Network is pretty accurate with where they place their guys on the big board. There was even players last year that I thought, we're going to go in the third round, and the Draft Network, they had them slated as, 5th, 6th round picks, and I'm like, these guys that don't got no clue what they're talking about. But as draft day came along in Nashville, those guys were taken in the rounds that these guys did predict. So, I mean, as you can see here, they got a lot of guys watching tape and just really analyzing these prospects. So you really can't go wrong. And I really feel like these guys just really know what they're doing when they're placing these prospects in their big board and in their player rankings. So obviously we're gonna be picking as the Dolphins here. This is a Miami Dolphins channel. So with the first pick here, I mean, I'm very tempted to take Tua, but at this point, his hip injury is just completely up in the air. I've really got to see how his hip has responded at the combine. If he does get checked at the combine, he might even skip the medical checks at the combine and get checked, later on into April, because the draft is late April. But as it currently stands, he's just too much of a risk for me. And adding on to all the other injuries he's had, his ankle injuries, and I think it was his thumb and things like that. But at this point, he's just too much of a risk for me. So we got a huge need, obviously, on the offensive line. I mean, Isaiah Simmons would be tremendous here. He's just an absolutely dynamic piece. He would be a dynamic piece for this defense, but I just want to be reasonable here and take Tristan Wirfs. He's a guy that can play right tackle or left tackle. Just watching his tape, he's an absolute great talent at tackle, and he's a guy that will really solidify one of our tackle positions. So with the first pick there, we got Tristan Wirfs. Now with the 18th pick, let's have a look at what kind of corners are around. So we got CJ Henderson there, Trevon Diggs, safeties, is it Xavier McKinney, Grant Delpit, edge rushers. That is a huge, tremendous need. And right here, look at that, glaring us right in the face is AJ Epinesa. I'm really tempted here to take Jordan Love as well. I'm a huge fan of Jordan Love. I mean, the guy is he is a great talent at quarterback, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard and seen, but he reminds me a lot of Patrick Mahomes. Just his raw playmaking ability out there. He can just get on the move and make throws on the run with tremendous accuracy, and he can just sling it from the pocket. You know what? I'm such a big fan of Jordan Love, and the Dolphins just really need an elite, talented quarterback. So I'm going to take Jordan Love. I mean, it is my first mock draft of the season. Well, my first mock draft on YouTube. So, this isn't set in stone. Alrighty, so on here to pick 26, we've got Tristan Wirfs and Jordan Love. So obviously, a huge glaring need for us is an edge rusher, but a lot of those top guys are gone here. So let's have a look at the interior O-line. So Lloyd Cushenberry, tackle, tight end, receiver. Laviska Shenault. He's very tempting here, and Justin Jefferson. Running back. Corner. That is another glaring need for us. I've been watching, as you can see here, I've been watching some Damon Arnett, and he is a tremendous talent at corner. All those corners for Ohio State are just freaks. Sean Wade, Okuda, Arnett, they are just freaks. But let's hurry up and make the pick here. God, I'm already stuck. We got so many picks, but I'm just like, trying to decide what's more important. And you know what? I'm going to take Damon Arnett here. Even though, he's more of a second round talent, cornerback is a huge need for us, and he would be a great corner to pair with Xavier Howard if he does come back to the team. Hopefully he doesn't get into too much legal trouble. Alrighty, so here we are, onto the second round. We've already got 3 talented players: Tristan Wirfs, Jordan Love, Damon Arnett. I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to disagree with those picks, but let's see who we got here at the top of the board. So we got 2 great running backs: Jonathan Taylor, J.K. Dobbins. We got a great defensive tackle, Ross Blacklock. A nice speed rusher from Notre Dame, Jalen Reagor. Let's have a look at all the edge rushers. So, you know what? I'm going to take Curtis Weaver here. I'm a huge fan of his. If we can click on him here. We clicked on the wrong guy. But I'm a huge fan of his. He's 6'3", 260 plus pounds. He's just an incredibly talented edge rusher, and I think he'd be perfect in the Dolphins defense. So here we are, ready up to our 5th pick in the top 60 picks, as you can see here. This is going to be an absolutely loaded class for the Dolphins, unless we trade up, and trade the 18th and the 26th pick, or our second round picks. But we got a lot of chances here to pick up blue chip talent. Alrighty, so here we are in the second round. So let's have a quick look so we can just see what we got. So we got a offensive lineman, quarterback, corner, edge rusher. So obviously another huge need for us is running back, and in my opinion, safety, because Bobby McCain definitely has to move back to slot corner, and Rashad Jones just isn't going to give us much in this defense, right? Unless he comes back 100% healthy, I don't think he's going to stick around with the team. So right here, I can get a good running back in the 3rd round. So right here, I'm going to take Ashton Davis. Listening to this guy on the Move the Sticks podcast, he's an incredibly impressive guy. You can just tell he loves football. He's incredibly intelligent, and he's got track speed. So, what else could you want from a safety? He'd be absolutely perfect at free safety. If we were to bring back Rashad Jones this year to play, actually, what am I talking about? We got Eric Rose, so that gives us a better chance to move off Rashad Jones. Okay, so here we are in the 3rd round. So we got a great tackle, in my opinion, the best tackle in the draft. Tristan Wirfs, Jordan Love, Damon Arnett, Curtis Weaver, and Ashton Davis. So 2 offensive players, 3 defensive players. Okay, so as I said, we definitely need a running back. J.K. Dobbins somehow is still available here. He was an absolute force this last year for Ohio State. Four-star athlete. As you can see here, these are the guys. Feel like, I've watched plenty of tape, but as you can see, these guys just, talking him up in every possible category. His vision, his feet, his durability, balance, pass protection, and that's definitely what I saw on tape. So, you know what? We're going to go ahead and actually, I'm going to have a look at what else is available. Tight end. Tackle, interior. I was a fan of Nick Harris till I saw him at the Senior Bowl. I think he's just way too small to be a center. As you can see there, 6'1", 293 pounds. So corner, linebacker, Malik Harrison. I'm a big fan of his. He's kind of like a Raekwon McMillan, Jerome Baker hybrid. Alrighty, so let's go back to the top to see who's the best player available. So yeah, as we saw before, J.K. Dobbins is the best guy available. Cole Kmet. I really want to take Zach Moss here, but when you got a talent like J.K. Dobbins there, you got to go ahead and take him. Who knows? Maybe we can take Zach Moss later on the draft. Just watching Zach Moss, I mean, he reminds me of Alvin Kamara and Kareem Hunt. He's just a tremendously talented player. You can just tell he's got the natural vision, and he's just got tremendous power at the position. It's just he's incredibly hard to bring down, similar to Kamara and Kareem Hunt, which I'm sure Kareem Hunt's NFL career is over after his last encounter with the police. Okay, so we haven't got a pick for a while here. Hopefully with the Jawan James compensatory pick, it'll be a late third round pick, but as it currently stands, it isn't. So we got a big break here for the Dolphins, but as you can see, we've already got 6 talented players: Wirfs, Love, Arnett, Weaver, Ashton Davis, and J.K. Dobbins. If we were to pick up that in April, that would be a tremendous infusion of talent for the Dolphins. Alrighty, so our next pick is the 135th overall pick. So we've ticked off a lot of boxes already. We got a safety, we got a corner, we got a quarterback, we got offensive lineman. We definitely need another offensive lineman, so let's have a look here. So there isn't any great guys there available. Devon Hamilton, he was tremendous at the Senior Bowl. I'm really tempted to take him here. It wouldn't hurt to take another edge rusher here, but there isn't a guy that I see great value in taking here. Safety, corner. Alrighty. So let's go back to the top here. Oh yeah, and we got a running back. You know what? I'm a big fan of Devin Duvernay, however you say it. But I think his speed would be great for this offense, especially a guy that can replace Albert Wilson down the road. Well, if the Dolphins decide to move on for him this season and save $9 million in cap space, Devin Duvernay, don't know how to pronounce it, would be a great replacement. He is just speed. He's gonna. I really feel like he's gonna run. He's definitely gonna run in the 4.3s, the combine. Alrighty, I'm waffling on. We got another pick here. So we got a receiver there. It really wouldn't hurt here to take a safety. But I mean, it's really not needed at this point with Eric Rowe, Rashad Jones, and Ashton Davis will be picked up here. So tight end would be a great pickup here. Ooh, we got a couple of great guys right here. Adam Trautman from Dayton, and Harrison Bryant, a very productive tight end out of Florida Atlantic. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and take Adam Trautman here. I think he'd be great to pair with Gesicki, another guy that can stretch the field and be dynamic as a pass catching tight end. Alrighty, so we got another pick here. Ooh, these are some great receivers here, but I mean, we got Preston Williams coming back. We got Devontae Parker, he was a Pro Bowler this season, even though he wasn't voted in. Jakeem Grant, Albert Wilson, and then we got Isaiah Ford and Alan Hearns. Really do not need to take a receiver here. We missed out on Davon Hamilton. Let's go back to the top here. Alrighty. You know what? Let's take the athletic linebacker out of LSU. Jacob Phillip. I Shaquille Quarterman. You know what? Let's go ahead with the Miami native, Shaquille Quarterman. I mean, he's rated higher, but I haven't watched him for a while. But Shaquille Quarterman, I'm a big fan of his explosiveness out there on the field, and I really think that Brian Flores and the defensive staff would know how to deploy him in this defense. Alrighty, so I'm pretty sure that's it for the 5th round picks. We'll be moving on to the 6th round here. So as you can see, we got so many picks. So I mean, there's no need to be picky with your picks here. I mean, the first 6 picks there, you definitely want to pick the best guys available, the best guys that would fit perfectly on the team. But now at this point, we got so many picks, it's really not a big deal. So I'm going to go ahead here, even though I am contradicting by saying that we've got enough safeties on the team currently. But I'm a huge fan of J.R. Reed. I just love his explosive. You can just tell he's incredibly explosive out there. And no reports. Oh, there we go. Reed is a strong in the box player. When he sees where the ball is going, he can react and normally anticipate and get to it. If you let him play with his eyes in the backfield and not looking around in coverage, you're putting him in a position to do what he does best: tackle. And that's exactly what I saw when I watched his tape. Okay, so you know what? Let's take Chase Claypool here, because I mean, you can really get stuck here, like I did earlier on. I mean, I don't want this video to go on forever, but you can really get stuck, being picky and choosy. But Chase Claypool is an absolutely huge receiver that, could possibly be a starter for the team. Moving forward, 6'4", 229 pounds. Big-bodied wideout. He knows how to win with his size. Yeah, concentration and catches are a plus for Claypool, and he's a natural when fighting defenders for dominance in the air. Yeah, that's exactly what you see from Claypool when you watch him the past couple of years at Notre Dame. Alright, so we're on to the 7th round here. I think we've got a couple of late picks here, or one pick. On Fanspeak, the Dolphins have got 2 7th round picks, so not really sure there. But we got one more pick here. One pick off Mr. Irrelevant. So let's have a look. We need more pass rushers, so I'm just going to go ahead here and take Travis Gibson from Tulsa, even though I'm sure there's better guys to pick right there, but I just want to go ahead and put a cap on this mock draft. The first 6 picks here really are the most important picks. Alrighty, guys, so that's it for my first mock draft. Officially on YouTube. I know a lot of you guys probably wanted Tua right there at 5, but just with his hip situation at the moment, I really can't take the risk. So Jordan Love is a great consolation piece. He's got the size, 6'4", 223 pounds, and just all the ability in the world to excel as a quarterback in the NFL. Damon Arnett, I'm a huge fan of him, especially after watching his tape, and he'd be great in this defense. I was tempted there to take Jeff Gladney from TCU. They're very similar players, and you couldn't go wrong with either one of them. Curtis Weaver, he's a very dynamic pass rusher who I definitely think is probably going to go top 30 in the draft. Ashton Davis, all the athleticism in the world and the brains to match. Who does that remind you of? Bloody Minka Fitzpatrick. Ugh, what an idiot. J.K. Dobbins, a great dynamic running back to help out the offense. Devin DuVernay, who knows? He's a guy that can maybe, fight for playing time in training camp. Adam Trautman, another talented tight end to add to the tight end room. Shaquille Quarterman adds to the inside linebacker depth. J.R. Reed gives us another talented safety to round out the defense. Chase Claypool, a huge wide receiver that can play and do similar things to Parker and Williams, Devontae Parker and Preston Williams. And then last year, another edge rusher, Travis Gibson. Have they got a report on him here? I just want to have a bit of a read. I haven't watched any of his tape. He was pretty highly rated here. But just looking at his measurables, I think that he'd be great in this defense. So yeah, that's it for my first mock draft here. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of feedback in the comment section, so make sure to leave your thoughts down there in the comments. But yeah, this is early in the mock draft process, and these picks are definitely going to change as we get closer to the draft. If Tua is a full clearance, I'm definitely going to be picking him 5th overall in every mock draft I do. But until then, he is way too much of a risk for me, especially after his previous injury history. But as you can see here, we got 14 picks. I think it's 14 on here, or I don't know. Let's have a quick count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, so 13 on here, one less than Fanspeak. But as you can see here, the Dolphins are going to have an absolutely great haul in April, and we're just going to get great, talented players that are definitely going to be foundational pieces for us moving forward. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content, if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys for the next video. And as always, fins up, baby. As you can see, with all these picks, the future is incredibly bright for the team. Alrighty guys, I'll see you guys in the next one.